Good morning, everybody. It's Richard Mbariket. Just dropped off my kids at school and daycare. If you are interested in learning more about the process of exporting, again, I'm talking to people who are in the United States now or abroad, of exporting goods from countries like China, even the United States, into Nigeria, this video is for you. Over the past couple of months, we've been working on a project which involves the sourcing, manufacturing, and exportation of construction materials from China to Nigeria. In my own specific case, we are bringing in cement. We're bringing in a cement mixer, a earth compactor, and a cinder block making machine. Those are the three items that we are exporting from China directly to Lagos, Nigeria, and then they'll be transported from Lagos, Nigeria to Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Now, this is why we're doing that. We are currently in progress building our rental income apartment building in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. And in order for me to control the quality of the blocks that we are going to be using, I did a cost-benefit analysis. Like, okay, we want to control the materials, the building materials used, specifically the blocks. And I decided, okay, my wife and I decided, okay, let's go ahead and bring in these machineries that can mix the concrete, mix the sand and gravel, and give us the desired quality results that we are looking for. So we decided to go ahead and have these equipments procured, manufactured, and brought in specifically for our ongoing construction projects in Nigeria. We have a couple going on right now. One is at a standstill because we've pivoted and shifted our focus to the apartment building in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Once we are done with that, we're going to move on with other construction projects that we have going on in Akwa Ibom. But then we're going to need this equipment to be able to mold our own blocks, mix our own concrete, mix our own mortar to help support the projects that we have going on. And then in between those projects, now this is where it really starts to make economic sense, because in between all those projects, we can then rent out or lease out the machineries. We can lease out the concrete mixer, we'll lease out the block making machine, and we'll also lease out the compactor. And I think as of today, you can get roughly about 25 to 30,000 naira per day. But our goal is to lease this equipment out for long-term use to, maybe companies building hospitals, construction companies building hospitals or what have you. But that is our vision. We want to get away from that daily leasing and more into like a long-term leasing agreement with these companies, maybe three months to 6 months. So then that way, while these equipments are dormant, where we are not using them for our own construction projects, we'll lease them out and generate revenue for the company, for our company. And then when we need them again, we schedule them around our own personal or our own project needs. The website that we use to find, now, for those who want to go at this by themselves, we use the website Alibaba.com. This is where we sourced the manufacturer. There are two types of suppliers on Alibaba. You have the traders who serve sort of like an intermediary. They're the middle people between the buyer and the seller, or you can go directly to the manufacturer, which is what I did and which is what I recommend, because when you're dealing directly with the manufacturer, they have export agents or production agents within their company that deals directly with the buyer. So you're gonna have someone who's either the export manager or the manufacturing manager. He or she is who you will be dealing directly with, and they will talk to you, they'll learn more about your business. They will collect all of the information that they need to be able to produce what you want based on your specifications. As you already know, the voltage in the United States is different from the voltage in Nigeria. So you have to let them know the application, especially if you're ordering like electrical machineries, which is what we did a combination of electrical and gas. So the compacting machine, because of its mobility, we needed something that's going to be mobile, that you can move around and compact the earth with. That is gas operated, not diesel, just regular gas operated. But then the cement mixer and the block making machine, that is electrical. So they configured it to the 220 to 240 voltage in Nigeria. So you got to keep these things in mind. And remember, it's going to take time. It's going to take time for you to find the right manufacturer, just to find the right team over there that can make these equipments for you based on your specification. So you gotta map out at least 3 months of your time. It's probably gonna take you about a month for you to find a company that you want to work with. And it's gonna take you another month, or at least for us, it took us another month to get the requirements and the specifications. I would probably say maybe about 4 months, maybe. That's what you should have in mind, especially when dealing with like high ticket items like construction machines. If you're buying like low ticket items, it shouldn't take you about more than a month. But if you're buying high ticket items like we did, it's expect at least a few months for the process, because you got to remember, you still got to factor in vessel shipping. When you're buying something that heavy, you never ever want to ship or transport them through air freight, which can get very pricey. You want to go with sea freight, and it takes an average of about, let's say, 6 weeks to 2 months for them to find a freight forwarder, load the item, get the scheduling going, and have the items transported via sea, which is also cheaper. I think for the 3 machineries that we ordered, we paid roughly about $800 to $900 in transportation cost just from China to Lagos, Nigeria. But then when the item gets to Lagos, you also have to make provisions depending on your final destination. Our final destination is in Akwa Ibom State, so we have to make provisions to transport the goods from from Lagos to Akwa Ibom State. China exportation to Nigeria is as easy as you want it to be, or as difficult as you want it to be. But you really have to do your homework. I always recommend, if you don't have the confidence, I've been exporting from China since 2003. Imagine that. That's over 20 years. So I know the business. I have a valid Chinese visa. I can travel to China anytime I want to. So I know how the business processes work there. And in some cases, I deal with manufacturers directly, and in some, I prefer to use a trading company that will be the intermediary between me and the manufacturer. But just because I've been doing it for so long and I have the experience, I always prefer to deal directly with the manufacturing company and then work with their managers to be able to give me the specifications and the quality that I want. So we're going to see, we are testing the business model, and then we'll see what happens. If it takes off, we may possibly integrate direct sales as well. So instead of renting or leasing, well, in addition to renting / leasing out to companies, we'll also be doing like direct sales as well. So where we're importing cement mixers, compactors, and block making machines directly into Nigeria and just selling them retail, or even in some cases even wholesale to people, and in a sense become a distributor. So now we have that relationship with these manufacturers, which is a good thing. You want to build a relationship, and as you continue to improve and grow your business, you know, we could form a partnership with them to become their sole distributor in Nigeria, or maybe even have them do what's called OEM, build the equipment to our specifications, and then put our brand, the Mbariket brand logo on it. So we can push that into the Nigerian market. So that's just something to consider if you are. Again, it doesn't have to be construction related. It could be anything that you want it to be. But China is a market that you cannot ignore. If you're following Nigerian politics, or you're following Nigerian markets, China is investing heavily in Nigeria, and Nigeria wants that investment. So try and get a piece of that action. Try and get a piece of that action. I think it's going to be profitable for you. If nothing else, you can just buy regular commodities, send them directly from China to Nigeria, and sell them for a profit. So there's so much going on that we are doing, but I just wanted to share this with you. And if you have any questions about China exports to Nigeria, let me know. I build teams. We have a team of customs agents, we have a team of freight forwarding agents in Nigeria that we use, project managers, you name it. Whatever it is that you want to accomplish in Nigeria, let me know. You know, I could be a good resource for you. I mean, project management here in the United States is what we do. We help people with their most complex projects. That's what we do. So let me know if I can be a resource to you when it comes to import and export from and to Nigeria, whether you're trying to export goods from Nigeria to the United States, or you're trying to export goods from the United States to Nigeria, from China to Nigeria. That is my domain. That's what I focus on. I only know the United States market and the Chinese and Nigerian market. I don't really know how the European market functions. So I may not be able to advise you on the European market, but when it comes to trade between Nigeria, China, United States, I'd be happy to be a resource for you. So reach out to me via comments, and let's talk about your project needs, okay? Talk to you guys later. Expect more content down the line. All the best. And be sure to subscribe. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're growing. I believe we're at like 771 subscribers right now. Let's try and get that to over 1,000 by the end of the year. Okay? Talk to you guys later. It's Richard Mbariket. Take care.